What if we told you that Audi, the German engineering powerhouse, might be rethinking its Formula One dream? It all began back in 2017 when the FIA rolled out an ambitious plan to lure top automakers into F1's high-octane world, promising a new era of simpler, more affordable engines by 2021. Porsche was the first to bite, eager to make its mark in F1 by pushing for a four-wheel drive system similar to the technology they'd championed in their Le Mans prototypes. But as we know, that spark with Porsche never fully ignited. Instead, it was Audi that eventually stepped up, setting its sights on a calculated entry into F1 by 2026. The FIA, equally keen to reshape the sport's future, had introduced guidelines aimed at simplifying power unit designs compared to the incredibly complex hybrids of 2014, lower costs for customer teams, increased manufacturer accessibility, and streamlined engineering were all cornerstones of this vision, creating a seemingly friendlier path into the world of Formula One. Yet, with only a year left until Audi's planned debut, whispers in the paddock suggest a twist in their journey, and Qatar's recent interest in F1 could add fuel to an already complex narrative. Could Audi's Formula One ambitions be running out of gas, just as Qatar steps on the accelerator? The roadmap seemed straightforward at first. Launch these streamlined engines by 2021, but the global COVID-19 pandemic derailed the timeline, pushing back the debut of the new power units. To add another twist, a decision was made to freeze the existing engine regulations starting in 2022, postponing the arrival of the next-gen power units until 2026. The wait continues, with fans and manufacturers alike eyeing 2026 as a potential turning point for the future of Formula One. On May 2nd, 2022, Volkswagen CEO Herbert Diess shook up the Formula One world by announcing that Porsche and Audi were ready to dive into the sport. For Audi, it was a groundbreaking debut. For Porsche, it marked a long-awaited return, ending a 3-decade hiatus since they last appeared as an engine badge in F1. The timing couldn't have been better. Formula One was riding a wave of newfound popularity, especially in the United States, with fans buzzing about upcoming races in Miami and Las Vegas. America was primed for an F1 invasion, and Porsche seemed ready to capitalize on the sport's growing fan base. But there was one snag. Porsche's highly German approach didn't quite vibe with Red Bull Racing's dynamic style. Talks between the two broke down when Porsche proposed buying a 50% stake in Red Bull's F1 operations, a move Red Bull ultimately rejected, seeing it as too controlling for their taste. Christian Horner didn't mince words when he explained why the Porsche-Red Bull partnership talks fell apart. "One of our core strengths has been our independence, our ability to make quick decisions and operate without layers of bureaucracy," he stated, suggesting that Porsche's approach leaned toward a corporate, committee-driven model. Red Bull, known for its agility and swift decision-making, simply wasn't willing to compromise on that freedom. While Porsche's F1 dreams stalled, Audi took a different path with a calculated step-by-step approach to securing their Formula One future. They struck a deal to gradually acquire Sauber's F1 operations, aiming to make the team entirely their own. With this acquisition plan, Audi set the stage to build its F1 power units at their cutting-edge high-performance facility in Neuburg, a powerhouse setup designed to bring German engineering to the pinnacle of motorsport by 2026. With nearly 4 years until Audi's first F1 car would hit the grid, the German manufacturer seemed to have a comfortable timeline to build up their team. The gradual buyout of Sauber was progressing steadily until January of this year, when an unexpected financial strain hit the Swiss-based team, halting the acquisition. In response, Audi accelerated their buyout plan, acquiring the entirety of Peter Sauber's remaining stake. Despite this shift, the team's entry would remain under the Sauber name until 2026. The plot thickened with a dramatic leadership shakeup. Andreas Seidel, initially appointed CEO of Audi's F1 project, was replaced by none other than ex-Ferrari boss Mattia Binotto. Binotto wasted no time reshaping the team, starting with high-profile recruitment moves that turned heads across the paddock. First, he brought in Red Bull's sporting director Jonathan Wheatley, appointing him as Audi's new F1 team principal. Not long after, Audi secured Iñaki Rueda, formerly Ferrari's head of strategy. In his new role, Rueda will oversee all sporting activities, manage relations with the FIA, and handle trackside regulatory matters, essentially mirroring the responsibilities Wheatley held at Red Bull. Audi's strategic hires suggest they're building a powerhouse of experience, aligning themselves to make a serious impact when they finally enter Formula One in 2026. Twice a year, Audi releases updates on their F1 program, and the message is nearly always the same: everything is going to plan. But for those in the paddock, this corporate calm has started to feel more like a cover. Whispers suggest that back in Stuttgart, there might be a creeping sense of regret over Audi's ambitious foray into Formula One. With just over a year until their 2026 F1 car is supposed to make its debut, many observers feel Audi still appears adrift, struggling to find its footing in the world of motorsport. When Liberty Media recently shut down the FIA-approved Andretti F1 application, some pundits saw an opening, urging Audi to consider a partnership with Andretti. However, Audi's top brass in Germany quickly dismissed this idea, maintaining their confidence in the project and insisting they'd be competitive, if not by 2026, then by 2027. Yet each new announcement from Audi seems to echo the same tune, an organisation that's still unsure of its future in Formula One, sending a mixed message to fans and competitors alike. But there might be a shake-up on the horizon. Long-time F1 journalist Joe Saward hinted at a potential game-changer, revealing in his column, "I'm expecting some kind of takeover of Sauber by a Qatari entity, and I'd guess the best time to announce that would be in Doha in a few weeks from now." If this move materializes, it could provide Audi with a powerful new partnership and the momentum they need to finally establish their presence on the F1 grid. With Qatar holding a substantial stake in the Volkswagen Group, longtime F1 journalist Joe Saward didn't hold back, claiming the German firm is not now so keen on F1, but the Qataris are loving it. If true, it underscores a clear divergence in enthusiasm, with Audi reportedly cooling on their Formula One project just as Qatar's interest intensifies. This shift in sentiment raises questions about Audi's long-term commitment as a power unit supplier, especially since Renault, a team with 13 championships under its belt as an engine supplier, has found the financial demands of F1 engine development daunting enough to reconsider its own strategy. Should the Qatari buyout of Sauber go through, it's unlikely Audi would continue down the costly and complex path of building F1 power units. Qatar's Formula One ambitions go back nearly a decade. In 2015, they tried, unsuccessfully, to purchase the sport from former owners CVC partners. Today, they hold one of the season's most prestigious F1 slots, the first leg of the triple-header run-up to the Abu Dhabi finale. And they're not alone in their ambition. Last year, Saudi Arabia, a regional rival, reportedly offered $20 billion to buy Formula One from Liberty Media, though the bid was ultimately denied by Formula One management, per Bloomberg. With the addition of Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi, the Middle East now hosts a full sixth of the 24-race F1 calendar. It's a dramatic evolution from when Bahrain first brought F1 to the region in 2004. As the sport grows in the Middle East, the Qataris appear poised to make a significant impact, potentially through an F1 ownership stake that would cement their influence. For Audi, this could mean either a decisive shift in strategy or an eventual step back, leaving the future of their F1 project in the hands of enthusiastic Qatari investors. Audi is navigating turbulent waters as an influx of affordable Chinese vehicles floods its European stronghold. This surge challenges Audi's market position, especially as consumers increasingly favour fully electric vehicles over hybrids, casting doubt on the anticipated benefits of Formula One's hybrid technology transfer. Ironically, nearly a decade after the FIA's initiative to broaden Formula One's manufacturer base, Renault is exiting, and Audi seems poised to divest its stake in the Sauber team. Consequently, the sole new entrant remains Red Bull Powertrains, in collaboration with Ford, with Renault bowing out and Audi facing uphill battles. Does the future of F1 lie in partnerships with flexible, smaller players rather than established auto giants? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, goodbye for now.